What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here to bring you guys some more Pirate Rumble action. It actually has been a little while since I've uploaded a Pirate Rumble video, but today we have a really cool video because we are now going to do another updated team using the quick team on Pirate Rumble, but now we have our hands on Legend Magellan. This guy right here is pretty awesome, right? So let's go through his abilities first, and then we'll go ahead and take on 3 Rumble matches. Hopefully we can find some good opponents and see how the team performs, okay? So Magellan has a really cool passive, right? So he gives your quick units level 5 health and level 5 attack, and then for the first 30 seconds, himself will get a level 2 increase to his special CT. So it's a pretty good passive. It's going to help you out a lot, and obviously help him launching his special as quick as possible, because that special that he has on a 27 CT will go ahead and target enemies in a medium range for level 3 defense down. He does 1.7 times his attack to those characters as well, and then also targets himself for a 100% chance of haste. Now, haste is interesting. It's a new mechanic in Rumble, and what it does is it will put Magellan back to the top of the attacking queue. So after he launches his special, he's automatically going to do another normal attack after that, which is pretty cool, right? Especially because it also says targets one quick teammate, and it gives them a 50% chance to also haste them. So you can have a 50% chance of getting another quick unit on your team, go to the top of the queue, and if their special CT is ready to go, you can launch another special, and you can get some crazy stuff going on there. And then it also says if his special is launched in the first 40 seconds of the match, he gives all enemies level 3 defense down as well. So this unit is going to be a great asset to the quick teams. As you can see, we're going to be having versus Akainu. We have super type Kaido. We've still got Treasure Map Queen on here for his amazing passive. We've got Bellamy up here as well for health cuts and defense reduction. And then on the bench, we've got Ivankov, who I'm thinking, like, if one of my characters goes down early, Ivankov can come in, decent passive, and can just go ahead and launch the special very quickly to reduce the enemy's attack. We've also got Whitebeard and Sober Mask on the bench because they're awesome characters to come in and just do lots of wave clearing towards the end of a match. So let's see how we perform today with our quick team. I think this team is going to be performing pretty well, I would think. So let's go ahead and jump into some matches. Alright, so our first match is going to be a Roger Odin team. Now, I always like to showcase modern teams against Roger Odin just to see how they're going to perform, and this is a pretty good looking team right here. Obviously, Roger Odin, Doflamingo for defensive qualities, Kizaru does damage really quickly, CT reduction stuff, Law's really annoying to deal with as well. He also does give some CT reduction, I believe, to our driven characters, so that's going to be a bit annoying. I think he does it to Powerhouse as well. And then also you've got Kalgara and Noland on the bench. This is going to be a pretty interesting team, so I'm really hoping that we can showcase just how powerful this team is going to be now that we have Magellan as a brand new accessible character on this team. Previous to having Magellan on here, I actually did have V3 Kuzan as one of the options, and you know, he was an okay character, but I feel like it's going to be a better option to now just have Magellan. And you can see that the enemy's law is going to be a bit of a problem because it does give us significant speed reduction, so that really does suck, but we'll see how we go here. CT is still at level 1, but that is, you know, obviously just for Magellan himself. So Bellamy is ready to go, so we're going to get a little bit of a health cut and a bit of defense reduction to the enemy, so when we do attack them, they're actually going to be getting dealt a lot of damage. Roger already hitting us, does a little bit of debuff, so that really does suck as well. Akainu just missing out on launching his special there. Would have been so nice to get that. Already taking a lot of damage from the enemy, but you know, this is what we're kind of, you know, used to expecting from taking on Roger Odin teams. They do damage very quickly. They're just piling on all the specials. Bellamy barely hangs on there, which is kind of cool, but we're going to take a lot of damage here. And Queen is already getting knocked out, but all of their specials are launched, so now it's our turn to get some damage off against the enemy. So Kizaru gets KO'd, haste gets inflicted. Did Akainu go to the top of the queue order? I don't think he did. I think we missed out on that 50% chance bonus. Kaido is about to come in though, so this should actually do a lot of damage as well. And there you go. So if you're able to tank the hits from Roger and Odin, you can just hit back so easily against them. And that's one of the things that the quick team is able to do. So despite the fact we took the full brunt force of everything the Roger and Odin team had to offer, we were able to tank it and then hit back with everything that we had to go with, and it was just absolutely awesome. So awesome to see that this team is still able to take on the Roger Odin team. Relatively easy to take on these days if you got one of the more powerful modernized teams, like a Dex team I think could probably even take it on even. But there we go, that's the first team. Let's go ahead and find another opponent. Alright, so now we're going to be taking on almost like a mirror match kind of team. This is a very interesting team. One thing that is kind of scaring me, though, is that the enemy does have their Tesoro. Now, Tesoro does give CT reduction to all allies, so that's going to be annoying. It does mean that they are likely going to be able to launch their specials before ours, but I'm very intrigued to see how our team goes against a mirror match. For us, though, we do have Whitebeard on the bench, we have Sober Mask on the bench, so late game, we should be able to outdamage them, but we do have Ivankov as well, so if one of our characters does go down very quickly, we will be able to go ahead and bring in Ivankov, reduce their attack power so they're not doing as much damage to us, but you know, it's still going to be a pain to deal with because they do a lot of defense reduction to our team. So even if they don't have a very high attack power, the fact that they reduce all of our characters' defense when they attack, such as I think Akainu does it as well, Magellan does it, Kaido does it, it's just super annoying to deal with. But let's see how we perform. Already had the Bellamy go off. We're going to be hit by Kaido. That hurts. Actually, we tank it reasonably well. We actually tank that very, very well. And then our Kaido is going to come in with some damage, and we do really good damage to them, actually. So I wonder if this guy's stuff was not completely leveled up. Huge damage coming in from Akainu, killing off 3 enemies there. Okay, it's just GG at this point. Like, there's absolutely no way he can come back and win this. We still have Magellan to go ahead and do his attack power. Let's see what he's able to do. He only targets a medium range, of course, but we do get that haste inflicted, and I think he actually did make Kaido go to the top. I actually didn't see who he was inflicting with haste there, but Queen's going to be able to launch his special too, which is nice. He does actually a pretty solid amount of damage there, and, you know, really good passive coming in from Queen. Another health cut there, but yeah, it's just over at this point. Just a couple normal attacks, or a normal attack should be able to get the job done. Magellan getting the KO there. A 5,000 damage normal attack. That is crazy, dude. So there we go. We did take on the opposing team. I didn't double check, but I'm pretty sure his guys were not leveled up. It felt like his Kaido was a little lacking in terms of damage potential there. But still awesome that we were able to take on a mirror match and got the job done. Alright, so now we've found our last opponent for the video. Honestly, I'm at such high rank at the moment that it's actually really hard for me to find really good PvP teams. So this is what we're going to go up against, and it's a very similar looking, like, mono quick team that we've seen before, but we'll see how this one goes this time around, because this one was essentially the same team I was running, except I replaced the V3 Kuzan with Magellan. So let's see how our team performs here. Now, they are starting off with both Ivankov and Bellamy, which of course can be a little bit annoying to deal with all of those debuffs. So they're going to be coming on our side of the field, but I feel like we should be able to hang on. I did double check all of their specials and stuff. They're all max passive, but some of the specials are not completely maxed out, so it won't be a full-on example to show you guys how it performs against it, but it should be relatively good enough because all the passives are max and all the specials are at least like level 7s, 8s, 9s, and I think there was 1 or 2 10s in there, so it's still a relatively good showing to see how we go up against this team here. And who's going to be launching their special first? I think their Ivankov's going to go first, or their Bellamy. Their Bellamy and Ivankov are already going off against us. That's kind of a shame, because this attack reduction from the what's it called, Ivankov is just annoying. But we do get the Kaido launch very early on. Good damage, good paralysis. You love to see that. So normal attacks, we shouldn't have to worry about them for a little bit. Defense reduction coming off against them, which is kind of nice. Their Kaido's about to launch against us, which does also kind of suck. Luckily, it only hit Queen and Magellan. So Magellan's taking the brunt of some of these attacks here, but he's still doing really, really well. Our Queen actually does knock out the Bellamy there, which is good. Oh, the Akainu's going to do serious damage there. Killing off their Akainu, that's huge, so we don't have to deal with him anymore. The Whitebeard will still kind of hurt when he does his special, because he also does defense reduction before he attacks. Queen does attack and defense increase for himself when he does his attack, but we have Magellan going off here. Unfortunately, not really doing too much. Does it haste the Kaido? It looks like it didn't haste the Kaido, unfortunately, for us. That would have been nice to get some more normal attacks off of that, but still really, really cool, though. Let's see how we go here. Bellamy is going to go ahead and do a little bit of health cut and more defense reduction. So their defense is reduced by quite a significant portion right now. But now we've got Ivankov targeting 2 characters, still hitting Magellan. Magellan just standing at the front, taking all the attacks. And here we go. Defense reduction, damage, and the special bind is going to be avoided by that Magellan there, which is really, really cool. Our Kaido should be able to come in and do a lot of cleanup here, especially if it targets all of them. And boom, there we go. Oh, unfortunately, didn't kill all of them, but we did get rid of the enemy Kaido. So at this point, there's not really a lot that this guy can do. Yeah, kind of just coming in and getting the KO. So, I mean, I don't know. I really love this team, dude. I think this might be legit like the best team in Pyro Rumble as of this point. As I said, I'm not really high up there in the ranks for this particular block. Obviously, we're pretty close to the finals matches coming in very, very soon. So, I'm very excited to see how we kind of perform in that kind of regard. But man, this has to be definitely like top 3 if not the best. I think this is the best team currently going on in Pirate Rumble. Just the core of Magellan and Akainu and Kaido is so incredibly strong, and we know a little bit later on down the line, like I think it's the 3rd of August, we're going to be getting PvP Shiryu, which also adds to this team, increasing their CT, giving them more HP, I believe, or more attack. So Shiryu is going to be a huge addition to this team. Now, if I am going to put Shiryu on the team, I would probably take out maybe Bellamy. It would be either Bellamy or Ivankov that would be taken out. So I'd take out one of those, put in Shiryu, probably put Shiryu in on the main line, not on the bench. That's probably the way that you'd want to go moving forward. But Magellan was an absolute blast to use. He's such a cool character. Defense reduction, damage, haste, that really awesome new mechanic that's going to help out in Pirate Rumble. But really hope you guys enjoyed this video today. And if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.